Hello and welcome to Tabitha is Okay. This is Tabitha. And if you heard that sigh, that was Tammy, my greyhound. This is The Sims 4, and I am currently working on remodeling the entire world of Willow Creek, which is the first base game world, for my Let's Play with the character Kali Williamson, which is, I think, how I decided to pronounce her first name. Basically, I wanted to give her world a unique sort of look, keep the general feeling of her neighborhoods and such, but just give all of the houses a slightly more consistent look, a slightly cleaner look, sort of like even out some of the windows and such, just so her neighborhood is more fun and more beautiful to get involved in, because I really want to do that in her Let's Plays. I really want her to be involved in the community, because I have both Discover University and Eco Lifestyle. I think it'd be a lot of fun to be able to just, have her world be more appealing to me to make the Let's Play more fun. So as you can see, this house is a pretty dark house, and although I end up keeping the mint green vibe, you could see the windows were all over the place and the roof was uneven before, and I just start slowly fixing some of those things. I think I made the front porch a little bit more symmetrical before I did the siding and the roof and such. And now I'm going through and just getting absolutely everything inside out gone. Because I thought that the inside of this house was truly like ugly, to the point that I didn't even want to show it or spend time talking about it. So what I did was demolish and get rid of everything, because the budget doesn't really matter, because it's going to be her neighbors and such. Like, I'm not planning, at least yet, on playing anybody else in this world. So yeah, I just really wanted to have these houses look more beautiful, be more functional, and like she might be coming over here for a party, because this is like her neighbor right to the south of her, so it would make sense, right? And it would be fun to have the house look nice while we're there doing the Let's Play. So I make this a 2-bedroom house so that we could possibly have a family or some roommates move in next door, and put a bathroom between them. It's going to be a slightly smaller living area, but again, because it's not our house, it's our neighbor's house, that's not that big a deal. And I just sort of like tighten up and beautify the landscaping a little bit with the pieces they already had there, so it's not like tons more expensive or anything. In fact, I think I even get rid of a few bushes. And so like this house I don't think it ends up being a starter house with the stuff that I end up putting inside. I think it ends up being in the low 30,000 simoleon range, but that's still pretty okay for a 2-bedroom house that's in a nice neighborhood, which is what we're hoping to build, a nice neighborhood. Yeah, you can tell that like I put filler flooring and filler walls, wallpaper up, because I just wanted to be able to build the layout, figure out where the windows were going to be first. That tends to be how I design builds in The Sims. And then I go through and pick doors, and then start using flooring a little bit more, add lights. I usually do wallpaper last after I pick the color of the furniture that I want. But I'll do flooring first, because I am really picky about the flooring personally. That's what I tend to have the hardest time deciding over, so that's something I usually do first to get it out of the way. And as you can see, I'm putting upper cabinets in this house just to, again, help make it look more beautiful for when we're hanging out here. And I think upper cabinets really add a good kitchen, a realistic kitchen vibe into any Sims home. Yeah, with that little that little garbage there. This is sort of like an unrealistic kitchen, probably, but at the same time, like, I didn't want to have them pay for an extra counter, which is where I would normally put my trash can, is underneath like the kitchen sink or something in an apartment or a smaller space like this. But instead of like wasting that space, I also put the super fire sprinkler system there, which you could see on the left in the corner. I really love adding kitchen details to any Sims home. This is the kind of thing that I think really brightens it up as well and makes it look a lot nicer. And I tend to use a lot of the same kitchen stuff over and over again because I don't have any mods. Well, I have some, but I don't really use them in stuff that I put on YouTube or on the Sims gallery because I want people to be able to use them, and some of the mods that I use are weird and not like super popular ones. I really wanted to have like a little dining table here too. I thought that was super important, especially to keep like the family home vibe. So I started fiddling with that. And then I really wanted to have a super comfortable, inviting living room. I thought it was going to be important. Again, like if we're hanging out here, coming to parties and such, I want this to be a fun space where it's going to be visually appealing. Like not just for the Sims that live there, for us too. I wasn't really sure what kind of furniture vibe I wanted to go with. And so you can see I fuss a little bit, but I tend to not use those more country looking tables. I tend to use slightly more modern looking things, even in family homes. It just tends to be my style, I guess. But then I sort of try to like differentiate these spaces by using rugs, and it's a little bit tight, but at the same time, with such a small living area, I think it actually feels sort of big for the size we started with. Oh, yes, and this is this is one of my favorite parts of this specific build and this specific house. I mentioned a few times, like I really wanted the aesthetic to be pretty in here, specifically for the Let's Plays that I'm going to do with Kali, and so I made this a plant lover's house. Like, not a crazy plant lover, but somebody who definitely spends at least like an hour a week watering all these plants. Which I can't relate to at all. Oh, yeah, but I just thought this was a lot of fun. Like, just putting a few different things in here that made it feel really full, sort of stuffed and crowded, like very lived in. And then that little bookshelf so that it's they both function. I believe the one that is behind the couch also functions, but I just wanted, again, it to be very cozy and visually appealing, so I did double bookshelf. I don't end up putting a rug there, even though sometimes I will in hallways, but this one ends up being sort of a strange shape, so I don't think I end up with one in here. Tiny little hallway pockets like this I think are great for gameplay and room layouts, because it gives space for doors to swing open and Sims to move like in and out without getting in each other's way, because it has that tiny hallway, at least in my experience. And I did this sort of like fun green, not quite lime green, not quite olive green bathroom, and I really love this bathroom. I think it's super cute. A little bit country compared to the rest of their house, but that's okay. It's sort of like an eclectic mix, and there's just a little bit of green, so I think it pops. But if you think it's overwhelming, you go ahead and comment down below. Say, Tabitha, it's too much. I'll disagree with you, but that's fine. Again, it's like the plant lover's house, you know, so it's like green on the outside. I got the green chess table, and I also, oh, you could see there, I was like, is this a tiny house? Hell no, Tabitha, it is not. But yeah, like green outside, green windows, green bathroom, lots of plants. And I don't think it goes overboard, but I do think it keeps it sort of thematic as a neighbor's house. Here you can see I go a little bit harder with the country theme, because these people can sort of now express what their actual style is in their own bedrooms. I do two double bed bedrooms, because I almost never do kids' rooms. I'm very bad at kids' rooms. It's something that I Maybe I should do as a challenge or something just because I suck at them so bad. But yeah, I tend to do like very adult bedrooms, which means I make great master bedrooms usually. But here it's just like intended sort of for roommates who are at a comfortable point in their lives. Maybe even like elderly folk who want to like live with other people, not, they don't like need any assistance. They just like need companionship. So like they get a 2-bedroom home together. I love the idea of doing an elderly like roommate situation as a let's play. Maybe that'll be something I do simultaneously with Kali Williamson. Oh, I could even do it in this house as her neighbors. Ooh, oh, I'm sort of tempted to do that. Well, I'll think about that, but for now I'll just focus on this. As you can see, I go slightly softer styles. I do things that have lots of floral themes, putting like personal care items that are next to the beds, like having lotions and having your skincare and, you might have a medication and you've got tissues. And again, like I like the idea of these people being plant lovers, so they both have either flowers or a potted plant in their room, or 2 or 7, whatever. And again, I like to fill up spaces and make them look really cozy. Tend to try to provide that for Sims on top of skill items. Like you saw, there was the chess table and the painting, and there's also a TV and bookcase, so you can get a lot of skills in. But I also, and a computer. But I also like it to look like they live there and they've lived there for a while too. So like having clutter really helps with that. And it's something I'm still learning how to do, but it's something that I do love, especially when I download other people's files from the Sims gallery online. So yeah, speaking of which, my username on there is the same as here, tabithaisokay. Please feel free to check it out. This house, as well as almost all my builds, are up there just because people like really random things, so I just post pretty much everything on there. And if you have any suggestions for this beautiful neighbor's house, which we are wrapping up decorating right now, or for the next neighbor's house, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and feel free to subscribe if you're interested. I tend to do a lot of Sims content, but I do other gaming and random fun, just, whatever makes me feel happy. And this is it. Our Sims house for probably 2 elderly Sims. I really like it, and I hope you do too. This is Tabitha, and I hope you're having a great day. See y'all later.